What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Dooms and Device Gaming, and today we've got Goblin Bikers. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the main deck. First off, we have two of our Goblin Bikers gone wild. This is the newest card. It is amazing. You can normal summon it if you only control goblins or no monsters. On summon, it specials one from the grave, and if sent to grave in any way, you can target a monster your opponent controls and attach it to material to a goblin you control. So, amazing card. I love it at 2. I know some people play at 3, some at 1. Let me explain the 2 real quick. So what you want to do is you want to summon one through your combo, leave it on the field. During the end phase, you're going to attach the second one with your Big Gabunga, and then you can just take it off during your opponent's turn with a Clatter Exploder to basically attach 2. You'll bring this one back, and then you can Xyz for a 6. I'll show those later on in the extra deck. After that, we have our best boy here, our Dougie, Doug the Charger. This card is awesome. It gets you any spell trap, goblin spell trap in the deck, and it can summon itself by detaching material from an XYZ monster. So the most basic combo is get 2 level 3s, summon Gabunga, and go into this guy, get our new spell, which I'll show off in a bit, and combo off from there. That's the most basic line. These can be used for other stuff too. Then we have for a 1-of, we have the Clatter Exploder. This card I've thought about bringing it up to 2, but I think 1-of is just fine for right now. If he is summoned in any way, you can special summon a goblin from the graveyard, and during your opponent's turn, you can detach a material from an X series anywhere on the field to summon it. If summoned this way, when it leaves the field, it's banished. With that, you want to make sure you use it as an XYZ material later on. Card that has the same type of restriction if it's summoned back is banished. We have Mean Merciless. If this card is summoned in any way, you can go ahead and special summon any goblin from your hand. This one, you can summon it during either player's turn from your graveyard. This one is only during your opponent's turn. And the last one, which you can summon from your hand or graveyard during any player's turn, is our Boomwalk. It has no other effects, but it is really, really good. Still a decent extender if you need to knock off a material and, attach something else. So that's it for Goblin Monsters. Now we're going to go on for the spell traps. I'm basically doing this engine by engine. We are going to have our Grand Entrance. This card is great. It searches you any goblin. If you already have an XYZ on field, and you have a goblin in hand that's level 3 or lower, you can detach a material to special summon it. So it's a great extension. Also, if it's in a graveyard, you can detach a material and then add back a goblin from your graveyard to your hand. You detach first, and then you can add afterwards. So the detach is mandatory, the other effects optional. You don't have to have a target in graveyard for that. So what you can do is, if you have no goblins in graveyard, you can still activate this. And on resolution, since you have one, you can go ahead and add it. So that's kind of nuts. Really good way to recycle cards. Then we have our newest card here, which is going to be our Grand Breakout. This card is really, really good. You can tribute a monster on the field, special summon a goblin from your deck. Usually what you're doing is you're summoning your new ones, which is your Gone Wild, by attributing your Doug. And then what you'll do is you'll summon Clatter Exploder. Clatter Exploder will grab back the Doug, so now you have 2 level 3s on board again. So this card is absolutely fantastic. Good way to dodge Imperm, Veiler, stuff like that. And also a really, really good extender. If you do open up Decent, which is actually pretty easy to do in this deck, you will use this on one of our extra deck monsters to show off here in the combo. Then for the 1-of, we have the Grand Bash. This card is great. It lets you have an extra normal summon of a goblin. Also, you can make 2 goblins be the same level or combine their levels. So technically, we could go into rank 9s, but I don't have any in this deck right now. And finally, for the Trap for the Goblins part of the deck here, we have our Grand Crisis. This card is great for removal. You can target one goblin you control and one monster your opponent controls to banish them, or you can banish a goblin from a graveyard to banish a card from your opponent's graveyard. It definitely comes up. Then for our next package, we have, of course, the Fiendsmiths. 1 Fiendsmith, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurie, and of course the Track. I only really wanted to pick up just one of these. I didn't want to buy the whole package, and this is enough because we usually have plenty of bodies to make Mini Goddess, Moon, whatever she's called, and then from then on, these cards just bring out themselves. You basically play a combo. So we need this here. We need the Fiendsmiths because this deck specifically lacks Spell Trap negation. So to have this, if your opponent goes for a board breaker approach, you're able to negate a board breaker if they activate it, which is why we are running the Fiendsmith stuff, because this deck dies to it otherwise. Then we're going to go into extenders. We're going to have our triple Terratop and one Tomborg. Of course, amazing cards. You special summon this if you control nothing. You add this to your hand. And then you special this if you control a wind. Our Boomok is also a wind, so you can also summon this if you have Boomok on the field, which is fantastic. Sometimes it just happens you draw this, you get your way into Boomok if that's the way you go. Next for the extenders, of course, we play the 3 tour guides here. Of course, you know what tour guide does. Normal, special summons all over 3 Fiend. It can special summon itself, or it can special summon Mean Merciless. So anyways, yeah, perfect card. Great for starting your combo, getting a Goblin in graveyard if needed. And then, of course, if you do it that way, you still have another one you can summon, the second one that way. For our other extenders here, we do play the generic level 3s, the Wielder, the Tracker, and the Kangemusha Knight. Fantastic extenders. Speaking of extenders, to continue with those, we have the 3 Teleport. Of course, they'll get you either of the Wielder or Tracker, but what I prefer to get with them personally is going to be, the next section of hand traps is going to be the Ghost Ogres, because you still want to leave the other ones in hand, in my opinion, in the deck. So if you draw them, you can just go ahead and extend. Since this thing's not an extender by itself, that's why I tend to bring it out through Teleport. Fantastic card, still pretty decent in today's format. I won a game against Azamina because I was able to pop their continuous spell multiple times because I had a couple of these in hand. And then for the other hand traps here, we are going to be on 3 Ash. So, of course, Ash is Ash, but it's also level 3, so synergizes greatly with the deck. And speaking of level 3s, I decided to go with 2 Mourners over the Veiler, specifically just because she is level 3. This, unfortunately, bit me in the ass in my last tournament because I happened to open this against Flu, and that does, you know, absolutely nothing. Then for our power spell traps, if you will, we play the one of Potter's Prosperity. I wish I could do more. And we play, of course, the triple Imperm. Imperm is still a fantastic card. You always want to play it if you have room. And then the last card here is going to be our Full Armor XYZ. Our extra deck lets us get into this and then summon stuff on our opponent's turn, like the rank 6 is what we're talking about. So yeah, then let's go ahead and move on to the extra deck. We're going to start off, of course, with our Goblins. We play 2 of our big Gabunga. This card is absolutely fantastic. On summon, it searches as a Goblin. Usually you'll search for Doug. And if a material is detached from any XYZ on the field, you can target a monster on either side of the field and attach it as material. Of course, usually you're doing that for your opponents. And then we also have the one of Crazy Beast. Crazy Beast is great for Floodgate decks. So as a quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from anywhere on the field to attach a spell trap to it. So, you know, if your opponent has continuous spell traps, you know, you don't have to worry about their effects because they'll just be attached to this. You just kind of have to play your line out a little bit to get to it, but that's okay. Again, I'll show that in the combo later. So then after that, we have our XYZ package here. These guys are amazing. Basically, you summon this, draw 2, summon this, get the XYZ trap, and then put this on top of that. During your opponent's turn, once you've XYD'd something with the trap, you can equip it onto this. Actually, you can activate the effect to equip one of these, preferably this because it'll be as material, onto this. This will become 63 attack, and also, since something was actually equipped, like an equip cell to it, it will go ahead and non-target attach a material that your opponent controls, which is fantastic, because your Goblin's target, this does not. Now, for our generics here, we're going to start off with Gossip Shadow, because sometimes we just need that monster negate. We know our opponent is on Nib, or assume that he might be on Nib. We're going to go ahead and make this. For our other option for our rank 6 on our opponent's turn, we have the Highway King Darius, because our Gone Wilds are going to be Fiends. And of course, XYZ deck, so Zeus. Now, finally, for the Fiendsmith and a little bit of extra stuff, we have, of course, your normal stuff here for that. The honorary one, and this. So, of course, your basic line with that. And because we play this, we also play the Goddess. This is hilarious. People usually think this is just bait. You summon this, you activate the effect, and they think that you are just baiting them into it. But you're not. You're actually going to resolve it. What's even funnier is that she doesn't have to be used if you go ahead and do anything. So if you don't know what this does, you can target a monster this card points to, and use it as material for a link summon. So what you end up doing is you end up linking off 2 of your opponent's monsters. One for this effect, one for this. So you can do this, continue your full combo, if you can, of course, or immediately go into this. If you can go into full combo, it's even funnier, because you'll go ahead and end on of course, a Lacrima. And so you'll end up basically linking off the Lacrima for 2 material, 1 other monster you control, and 2 over theirs to summon this. And then this just comes back to attach. So, perfect. And for the last card in the extra deck, we're going to have the SP Little Knight. Very versatile. Now, for the side, this is the part of the deck that's not finished yet, but, there's just some ideas. So bestials, because bestials are always doing stuff. We have the Santa Claus, because there's a Light Fiend. You can search it off of Tract. And 2 Nibirus, because, of course, Nibiru is always a good card. After that, for the spells, the Lightning Storm, the Feather Duster, the 2 Dark Rulers, because we can just attach our opponent's stuff once it's negated, so, that's why this is great. These are, of course, from back row. And for more back row, of course, we have the Triple Evenly. Then for the hate of other mechanics, we have the Dimensional Barrier. Alright, so I'm going to show you what a full Goblin combo looks like. For that, you need 1 starter and 1 extender. This is to get full combo with Fiendsmiths. You can go partial combo basically by either foregoing the Desiree Negate or our extra layered interruption through our XYZ trap, but we're going to show you what it's like to go full combo here. Like I said, all you need is 1 starter and an extender. So our starter here of choice is going to be our Tour Guide. And our extender is going to be our little guy here. So we're going to go True Guide effect, summon Tour Guide, overlay here for our Big Gabunga. Big Gabunga effect on summon is going to search for Doug. And Doug in hand is going to special summon himself by detaching a material. So on summon, Doug is going to search us the Quick Play spell here. You're going to keep this in hand for now. After that, you're going to go ahead and summon your tracker here. You're going to go link 2 into our Fiendsmith combo. Closed Moon into our Requiem. Requiem is going to go into Lacrima. Lacrima is going to go ahead and send Fiendsmith to the graveyard. Fiendsmith Engrave is going to shuffle back any one of these to summon itself. You're going to go link 2 into Sequence. Sequence effect is going to shuffle back your 3 fiends, light fiends here, 1 in the extra, 2 in the main, to summon our Desiree. And finally, we're going to go ahead and use our spell here. Our spell is going to go ahead and tribute this to special summon a monster out of the deck, which in our case here is going to be our Goblin Bikers Gone Wild. On summon, it's going to special summon 1 from deck, which is going to be our Splatter's Floater. Sploater effect is going to target this to special. So now we have a full board again. At this point, you can go ahead and go Sequence Attach. Then we'll go Overlay for our little XYZ package. Summon this. You're going to draw a card. Doesn't matter what it is. As long as it's not this, you're good. Then we're going to go ahead and make this guy. He's going to go ahead and detach to search our the little trap. We can set it here. That's going to be set. Pretend it's set. And then on top of him, we're going to make our full armored Dark Knight Lancer. In phase, we're going to go ahead and activate Gabunga to attach our second copy of Gone Wild. So this here, I know it doesn't look like much. It looks like technically we only have 1 negate live, but this is actually so much more than that. So in our opponent's main phase, once they've summoned 2 monsters, or 1 if it's actually really dangerous, we'll go ahead and activate our Goblin Biker Clatter Exploder. For cost, we're going to detach our Gone Wild here to special, and then we're going to go our Chain Links. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. So our Goblin Bikers Gone Wild and Gabunga are both going to target 1 monster each to attach to Gabunga. So you get 2 steals, and this is going to special summon a Goblin monster from the graveyard. which case you're going to go ahead and get your Goblin Bikers Gone Wild. At this point, you can go ahead and activate Full Armored XYZ to overlay these 2 level 6s into our Caesar. So now, we've gone ahead and attached 2 monsters, and now we have Caesar live. Of course, I mean, we still have this. What we can also do is, while this is in the graveyard, you can go ahead and banish it to go ahead and equip an XYZ monster with an XYZ monster. So we're going to choose to equip our little torpedo to our Night Lancer. What that happens then is that this guy is going to non-targeting equip a monster to itself from the field. These 2 target, this one and the material here target, this one does not. That's why this is also fantastic. Plus, at this point, now he's at 63. So he is a big beater. He just attached a monster material, so that's 3 attaches you have. Plus, of course, this. So that is amazing, and this. Now, if you don't want to go this way, if your opponent's playing more into spell traps, then, of course, you can go into this instead. So basically, 1.5 starters gets you all of this. If we start just with a 1-card starter, we would have to sacrifice either the Omnigate here for anything, or basically the rest of this line here, right? So this deck, though, does have plenty of extenders and plenty of ways to play around your stuff. For example, if you open this, there's plenty of ways to play around it to where you can still summon it and still end on this beautiful board here. Of course, we showed you there's flex spots for other stuff in the extra deck if you want to make it. But yeah, this is amazing. You get to attach 3 monsters. You either get your Negate or Spell Trap attach. You also get your Omni Negate here for 2 cards on the field. Fantastic. Great end board. I've actually been doing really well with locals of this deck. I absolutely love it. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching the deck profiling combo, and yeah, hope you have a good day. So yeah, that's the deck right there. Let me know what you guys think below. There is a couple of changes that I definitely think about maybe making. You always have other options for your rank 3 negate, right? You can run a Shuriken. Only problem is 3 materials is sometimes a little bit hard to get on board, except for Bamboozling Shadow, right? There's some other cards you can trade out with, you know, particularly if you want to focus more on rank 3s and 6s. You can take out the DDD for something else if you want to. You can also run Synchros as stated as well, and rank 9s. So there's a bunch of different options you can make. With this deck, you really struggle with the 15 spots. You really want to have exactly right what you need. But anyways, yeah, so let me know what you think down below, what changes you think you would make, and all that. We are over 500 subscribers. Next goal is 1,000. I will be dropping merch soon. I keep saying that, but it'll happen sometime. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all later.